Arlington National Cemetery is the nation's most sacred shrine, honoring nearly 400,000 military service members, veterans, and their families. Americans from every military conflict are laid to rest here, from the Revolutionary War up until today. It is also an active cemetery, with 25 to 30 funerals held each day, as well as numerous ceremonies conducted throughout our 624 acres. The cemetery is open every day, with more than 3 million people visiting annually from throughout the country and around the world. Its beauty inspires those who visit, and special care is required to maintain, preserve, and protect the headstones, memorials, historical resources, and expansive grounds. It is thanks to a dedicated and professional team of employees and contractors who keep these grounds pristine and beautiful all year long. Arlington National Cemetery is unlike any other worksite contractors may have encountered. Not only are all tasks conducted to the highest standard, but the appearance and manner in which the work is done is just as important. The primary focus of most construction sites is to expeditiously complete construction tasks. However, at Arlington National Cemetery, construction priorities must yield to, first and foremost, the respect and privacy of those attending funeral services and those visiting the nation's most sacred shrine. ANC only gets one chance to conduct a funeral for that individual laid to rest here, so work must be accomplished in a way that will not interfere with or distract from funeral services. ANC is a property listed in the National Register of Historic Places. This puts added responsibilities on ANC to ensure all projects and activities comply with federal historic protection and preservation standards for work around all structures, monuments, and landscape elements. Although the length of construction contracts at ANC may vary, the expectation for all work remains the same, whether a worker is here for 1 hour, 1 week, or 1 year. An atmosphere of respect and honor for the cemetery, family members, and visitors should be maintained whenever work is performed. Work being performed in Arlington National Cemetery at any given moment can be gravesite activity, grass mowing, sod replacement, headstone cleaning, building monuments and memorial preservation, bench and sidewalk maintenance, water fountain repairs, horticulture maintenance including tree cutting, stormwater best management practices, wall maintenance, plumbing and electrical repairs, road construction. While working here, your responsibility is to respect veterans and their families while they attend funerals. For all members of the team, it is important to remember these rules. Do nothing to disturb funerals. Avoid approaching or passing near a funeral service. Turn around and take an alternative route. Pause all work within 300 meters of a funeral due to appearance and potential noise. Mute your voice and silence all equipment and cell phones. Workers should clear the area until all funeral attendees have departed. Personal radios or audible music are not allowed at any time. Refrain from loud, profane, or disrespectful language anywhere in the cemetery. Respect all grave sites and monuments. Do not sit, stand, or climb on any headstones, markers, tree plaques, or monuments. Also, do not place equipment on or against these objects. Remember, these headstones and memorial markers commemorate the lives of individuals who have served our nation. Don't drive through funeral processions. Funeral processions can be identified by the blinking hazard lights of the cemetery representative's car as it leads the procession. When a funeral procession is approaching, seek an alternate route or stop and wait for the entire procession to pass. Some funeral processions are large, while others are just a few vehicles in length. All funerals should be treated with respect. Uniformed service members are normally provided to block intersections. However, this is not always the case. Don't pass moving horses on the road. Horse-drawn caissons are regularly used for services that contain military funeral honors with escort. Be very careful around horses. It is best to stay clear or allow riders and team to pass you while stopped, rather than try to pass them. Keep the worksite clean at all times, even inside any fenced-in area. In keeping with the pristine appearance of the cemetery, construction debris and all trash and litter are to be deposited in the dumpsters or trash containers. The site is required to be free of debris, trash, and litter at all times. Do not dispose of hazardous materials in dumpsters or pour them down stormwater drains. Watch out for visitors walking in the road. Always consider the safety of the public around any worksite or anywhere in the cemetery. Be on the lookout for pedestrians, and if asked for assistance by a visitor, respond with respect and always identify yourself as a contractor, but do not answer inquiries. Kindly direct them to ANC staff. Drive slowly. There is no need to speed. All vehicles operating in ANC must display their proper tags and/or pass. The vehicular speed limit is 10 miles per hour whenever pedestrians are present, but may need to be much less to accommodate pedestrians. The maximum speed limit within the cemetery is 25 miles per hour and 15 miles per hour for large trucks. Only use construction entrances to the cemetery. The primary access point for construction traffic is the gate adjacent to the ANC Service Complex building, known as Building 123. Most of the roads and intersections in the cemetery will not accommodate larger construction vehicles, and routes must be planned to avoid damage to turf, plants, curbs, and trees. Deliveries are made only outside of funeral hours. Obtain permission from your Corps before blocking or shutting down roadways, pedestrian pathways, or utilities. Provide flagmen for traffic control when contractor vehicles are impeding traffic progress. Protect our headstones, monuments, structures, trees, turf, landscapes, and waterways at all times. Do not park on turf. Never pour liquids of any kind into stormwater drains. Only storm water may enter stormwater drains. ANC is committed to preserving this iconic landscape and requires that all construction activities uphold these standards throughout the duration of the construction period. Damage to any trees, plants, or turf must be reported to the project manager and immediately repaired. Wear appropriate work clothing and safety gear such as a vest, hat, and protective eyewear. Construction contracts require compliance with the Occupational Health and Safety Administration industry regulations. Remember to display your ID badge at all times. No unsafe riding or operation of hoists, forklifts, or similar lifting or hoisting equipment. No horseplay or physical altercations are allowed on the job site. The use of tobacco, smokeless tobacco, and vapor products will be limited to designated areas. ANC will not tolerate any possession, consumption, use of, or working under the influence of alcohol or illegal drugs while on the premises or while conducting business-related activities. This is a zero-tolerance policy. ANC will not tolerate any discrimination or harassment, including sexual harassment, intimidation, or coercion by anyone, including any staff, vendor, contractor, or subcontractor. This is a zero-tolerance policy. The following items are prohibited in the cemetery: alcohol, controlled substances, weapons, including hunting weapons and paraphernalia, audible radios or music devices, any cooking devices such as hot plates or open flame burners. Arlington National Cemetery is proud to collaborate with our contracting partners as together we continue the work of maintaining these hallowed grounds and the memories of those who served.